Welcome to the Thirsty Soul podcast, a place that reveals inspiration, creativity, wisdom and clarity, guiding you into communion with yourself, your soul and the sacred. Each episode is here to help you contemplate the themes in your own life and deepen your relationship to yourself, your life and the world around you. Welcome to this week's episode on Imbolc. Before we dive into it, just want to share with you my upcoming shamanic ceremony on the 9th of February that will be in Foxrock, County Dublin. Burn Away Stagnancy. We will be working with our guardians, Goddess Bridget, the beautiful Snowdrop, and the divine Blue Lotus. And through these energies, the ceremony is going to be an opportunity about creating space within ourselves. So often we have something that is looking to emerge from us. And that can be a project, a way of being, a way of thinking, of just doing something differently. But we can be held back by the self-doubt, the overthinking, the fear of getting it wrong, of even trying to wait for the perfect moment to act. And then we end up feeling drained and unsure and even less clear about everything, or we end up conforming to how it's been done before. And Imbolc is that time of feeling the fire, the spark of life within us. And this ceremony is designed to feed that fire, to make space so the fire energy will be used for cleansing, clearing, but also to stoke the fire within ourselves. And it's a place to receive your own divine inspiration, your own wisdom from deep within yourself and from our plant allies and Goddess Bridget. We'll be working with the 3 cauldrons to clear them, to ignite them, so you have deeper access to the fire in your belly that expands your vitality, your creativity, the fire in your heart to help you courageously move and forge your path forward, and the fire in your head to clarify your vision, sharpen your intuition, or maybe spark new inspiration if you're feeling a little bit dull. So come along, have a little look at my website or come over to Instagram and there's details there. It would be a joy to share with you, and in other episodes I will go deeper into more of the shamanic path and shamanic ceremonies as well. But as many people who've come to them have said that it's right up their street when they finally come to experience it. So you'd be more than welcome. And now on to Imbolc, which traditionally is celebrated on the 1st of February. Often for Goddess Bridget, we're leaving stuff out on the 31st of January. And Imbolc is celebrated the 1st, and the true date is the 3rd of February. But we have this span of period from, say, the 1st of February up to spring equinox, which is the 22nd of March, if I'm off the top of my head right for this year, the correct date. So Imbolc, to me, is this time where, you know, there's often the story where the kayak brings you to the threshold of Imbolc. And to me, it's like this handing over, where you are at that threshold with the kayak now coming at the turning point of Imbolc, and you reach your hands across to be greeted by Goddess Bridget. And you carry within you the wisdom, the dreaming, the visioning gifted to you through winter. And you allow these tender seedlings to enter your creative heart as we stand in this point where the first green shoots are emerging from their winter slumber, their winter slumber even. And Goddess Bridget helps you to clear the remains of the deep winter that maybe is clinging to you. She invites you to step your feet onto the dewy earth and begin to feel a life force awakening in the earth beneath you and all within you. So you can at this time begin to turn your head gently, slowly towards the light. And Imbolc isn't a time of that, fervent, busy, let's get going, run out the doors, charge the way forward energy. Imbolc is still a little bit in and out, because there's a part of us maybe going, but I like just a little bit more sleep, please. A little bit more rest, a little bit more dreaming. And there's another part going, yeah, but like, oh God, there's life force coming. Let's make something of this. There's kind of a little bit of push-pull sometimes. Or we can be, I'm done. I'm done with the winter. I can't wait to get my feet right into the earth now. And it's just to acknowledge that there. And, we don't need to hit the ground running at Imbolc or at any time of the year. So allow yourself to emerge slowly and to begin to explore within you, what is the invitation that Imbolc is revealing to you, is showing you. Because within you there will be tiny seeds of beginnings, the soft budding of a spring. And it's only still by listening to that, by slowing down a little bit, that we really truly get to hear it. And we'll often associate this time with Goddess Bridget. She's the soulsmith, the healer, the poet. So many things to list about her. But it's to consider, what does she wish to share with you at this point in the spiral? And I always like to associate it with the forging your own path, the courage to do that there. The apprenticeship to something. What does she desire you to apprentice to within your heart? And maybe what does she wish to ignite within you with her perpetual flame? The flame that never goes out. Maybe within you there is something that never goes out. And obviously, yes, there's your life force, the life force can dim and go out very easily sometimes with burnout and all. But like your soul light is always within you. Your life force is always within you. But for a lot of people, there's a dream. There's a way of living, a way of expressing themselves, a way of sharing, a way of thinking, whatever it might be within them. But it's something that's nearly always been within them, or has been there a long time. And it knocks at the door. Hello, will you listen? Hello, are you listening? Hello, let me in. Let me out. And to me, at Imbolc, there's this opportunity to listen to that which was within you that has always been there looking to be revealed, to be lived. And that, we could go, oh, that's my true self. But that might seem like an overwhelming thing to focus on all at one go, because there'll be many parts of your true self that are hidden and suppressed. But maybe there's something that's been knocking at your door for a long time. I will sit with people in sessions and it's, oh, I've always wanted to write a book. I've always been called to write a book. But they've never begun. Oh, I've always sort of wanted to run my own business. But they've never even considered it or looked into it. I've always wanted to get rid of this pattern, but I've always been too afraid to look at it. Imbolc is this time of beginnings, so can I meet these in a different way and let them begin in essence? And often we'll see that Imbolc means in the belly. There's something stirring in the belly, the seeds of potential. And it's to consider, what is the beginning that is calling you? And the beginning may be a continuation of something that you've sort of dropped the thread a few times, and now you're going, okay, I actually really do want to pick that up again. And that too is a beginning. And whatever it is that you're wanting to put your energy into, because that's what I see we've been in the dream time of winter. We've sat in our winter cave, which has been soft and slow, and there's been no rush. And now we've got to shake off that winter. I can take the medicine of my winter with me, but I have to shake off the parts of me that maybe are frozen, that are stagnant, so I can allow life force to move through me. And if you think of our winter, everything's happening under the surface. So our dreaming at this stage maybe isn't fully formed just yet. We're still maybe in that place of, where do I want to place my energy, my precious energy? And I read about this in the 12 days of Reiki. Sometimes we will overload ourselves to us like, oh my God, maybe 7 or 8. This is where I'm going to focus my energy this year. And for the majority of people, that is not going to happen. The needle won't move maybe in any of them. So the way I look at things will be 1 or 2 things. Where do I really need to move the needle in my life that would make a difference to my quality of life? And then what would moving the needle look like? And to me, that's what this space is for. Like, they chat about Bridget and her fiery arrows, the exalted one. But if I'm firing an arrow, I don't have 12 on my bow. I have 1 on my bow, and I'm aiming it, and I'm clear about where I want it to go. Knowing that there may come a little gust of wind and just, might not fully land exactly where I think, but I trust a little gust of wind. But we do need, we chat about energy. It needs a focus, like our energy goes where our intention goes. But we wander through life without any focus often because it's pulled from us in so many different directions. So where do you want to focus? What do you want to focus on? And this is the paring back time now of, I had 12 ideas. And now, actually, which one maybe is most alive? Which one would make the most difference to me, my relationships, my family, my career, my health, my wealth, whatever it might be, your hobbies, anything at all. So whatever is beginning within you. And in last year's Imbolc podcast episodes, which I'll link in the show notes, I chatted a lot about beginnings because that's just where the energy I want to be focused. But if the beginning is within you, what does it need to grow? Because there we'll see what we have the strength. I'm going to use the word strength. What we have the strengths for, what we already have within us, the resources that we have within us that will feed that. But we'll also probably straight away get an idea of, that which was within me that maybe is going to drown it, that is going to smother it before it even gets to begin. That is going to, if you look, I'm looking at my window here and there's still all the dark brown leaves sitting in certain parts of our garden, but I can also see the shoots that are moving up through them, like of the daffodils. But for some of us, or for a lot of people, those dark brown leaves suffocate that which we're trying to live, bring through, create, birth. So what does it need to grow? Does it need you to grow more in your confidence, in your power, in your self-belief? Do you need to learn new skills? Do you need someone to help you? Because you might be someone who's like, I've got I've got all the ideas and I know how to do it, but I just don't know how to do it in a step-by-step way. Or are you someone who's like, I can see the end point, but I'm all the in-between part, I'm not too sure about. Or is the brain wired straight away for, well, no, that's not possible. I couldn't have that. Well, that would be very much hard work, wouldn't it? It's to notice what happens straight away when you think about that which you want to bring into this world, through you or in you. And therein is the work. And what is that creative energy that is stirring within you? can you bring it to life? Can you have the courage to bring it to life? Because it's come to you, and if it really feels like it's yours, versus, well, that's what Betty down the road's doing and I want to do that too. You know, like it's yours, then there's something within you that wants to emerge. And to me, it's like, it's important to give that space, that longing that was within you, that which is always knocking at your door, to give it space to be heard. And maybe, yeah, you might need support to help it come to life within you, and that's okay. And what will support this? Do you know, it's very easy to say what we want, but sometimes we don't go deeper than that surface level. So what is really looking to come from within? What do I already have within me that will support that, resource that? What do I already have within me that is already trying to, block it? It's like, American football, just come and take it out, take it to the ground. And then what are the habits, the routines, the little day-to-day things that will support this? And I probably say this on every bloody episode, but it's not about getting it right. It's not about the perfection. But to begin, you have to begin somewhere. You have to take the first step. And that's often the hardest step. And sometimes the first step is, yeah, this is it. This is where I'm going to put my focus, my energy into this year. And notice what happens in the system. And the beginnings are hard for a lot of people. Endings are hard, beginnings are hard. People get stuck in the middle, which is, to me, the place of no movement whatsoever and just being numb to things, or, sure, this is the way it is. What's the point? Why bother? I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too whatever. It's where all of our programming from internally and externally basically puts the fire out. If we're chatting about the fire energy, the spark that is within you, what puts it out? What dims it? What, just blows it out? Who, what, where? But also what lights it up? What fuels that fire? Brings the embers back to life? And can we do more of that? So it's this time of discernment, like of really pausing and pondering, considering. Again, I don't have to, it's not about getting it right. I can adjust as I go along, but for now, so when we're discerning, we're just really understanding why we're choosing what we're doing and why we want to move that way forward. And sometimes this can seem like, it's kind of like that life purpose kind of question, but to me it's like, I'm not going to use the word should. I'd like to think that which we are feeding, tending, and giving life to is part of our destiny. And our destiny is not what we do. It's not our job. It's who we are. And so if you think you're gathering all these seeds now, it's like you're looking at your inner garden and you're going, just like you might with your external garden, you might be looking at it going, well, I noticed last year actually, we only had a little bit of daffodils in that corner, and the rest look a little bit bare throughout the year. It looked a little bit grim. There wasn't much life in it. So then we might go, oh, I seen down the road there, they've these beautiful sweet pea climbing up the walls. And I thought, God, that'd be beautiful to bring that kind of colour into that part of the garden there. Or I'd like something of flowers lit throughout the year to make the winters brighter. And we do the same for our own lives. We look at the garden of our life and go, God, I've really maybe overtended that part of my life. God, I've been so focused on work that I've just realised my relationships, oh my God, I haven't even weeded them. I haven't even looked at them. They're dying of thirst. Or we're looking at certain parts going, God, yeah, like, I like my job, but I feel like I like to bring a little bit more colour into it. What would that look like? A little bit more life to it. Or maybe it's, oh yeah, I've ignored that part of the garden, my health. And yeah, I can hear it knocking, like, but I wonder, could I get away with it for a bit longer? Or I might go, actually, I think it's giving me my calling card. I better go figure out what to plant on it, what to give it, what to nourish it with. And we're looking at all these parts, and just as I said, not all parts will need tending every year. Different parts at different seasons and phases of our life. Sometimes it's our external world that will need a lot of tending, and then other times it's our internal world. You realise, God, the internal is very messy at the minute. It's really just getting in my way. I need to clear some space. I need to get rid of this stagnancy. These thoughts, they're destroying everything. So we've got all these seeds, and then you get to choose what ones you're going to really tend to in the coming cycles. Because if you're following the wheel, you want to hopefully see them grow, bloom, and to harvest and to receive from them at some stage. It might not follow like within a year, depending on what it is. Obviously, if it's a huge project, it might take a few cycles, but you'll still be receiving from it, even in different ways. So Imbolc is this soft, slow emergence. And I heard somebody chat about hope recently. I can't remember where it was, but they basically said, hope's stupid. People who hope, it's ridiculous. I was like, wow, to me, hope's a beautiful energy. A beautiful quality, like the snowdrop is full of hope. Hope for what is yet to come. Hope for renewal. And to me, the hope isn't a giving up. The hope is that I can be uplifted, sustained, and held through the winter, through the challenging times in life, because I know it can be different. Like during healing, hope's a huge part of it. People come to healing because they hope things can be different. Some will know things can be different. Other people will hope it can be different because it's been a hard, challenging time for them. And if you think of the little snowdrop emerging from winter's embrace, she shines her light of hope. Like, you can't look at the first bunch of snowdrops you see coming out of the earth and go, yeah, whatever. I don't care. There's always a, oh, sweet God, yay, a celebration, a relief of, oh yes, I forgot, the light is coming. And that happens in life too, where we look and move through our challenges and we can become so tunnel vision that we forget the light. So the snowdrop embodies that resilience and determination to come up out through the soil, to emerge, to have the courage to move forward. And as you see her, her little flower, her little head sort of just move back and forth in the gentle breezes, the joy is catching. She brings optimism and she thaws the parts of us that maybe have hardened through winter. She reminds us, soften. You've endured the winter. You've moved through it. You've come out the other end. And to me, like Imbolc is associated in the medicine wheel I work with the east. So we're moving from earth to air. It's associated with the colour white. But if you think, you see the snowdrop with her little white head, if you look inside, you'll see a beautiful little bit of green and a little pattern. But her little white head reminds you of the innocence that is needed. The innocence that is needed to take a fresh start, to begin anew, or to take a leap of faith. It's needed. We need to really shed our winters, forgotten nearly the pain of moving through them almost, so that we can begin again. So Snowdrop comes to remind us, like, if you're feeling stuck, lost, unsure, hopeless, or frozen, to turn your heart, your being towards the light, and to open up one step at a time, to move through those places where you feel stuck and lost, one step at a time. And we can, and we always will grow. And the little snowdrop reminds us that even in the darkest moment, there's hope. So what do you hope for? And like the snowdrop, I think I mentioned it earlier, is emerging through the earth, cracking through the seed to emerge and crack through the earth. If you think of your dreams, that which you hold dearly in your heart, that which you want to breathe life into. If we think of Imbolc as that time between winter solstice and spring equinox, we're not fully in the earth. We're beginning to move towards the light, slowly. But it's inviting you to reach out to the world, become more of who you are. So what are you opening to? And maybe where have you closed yourself off? Maybe you've closed yourself off from dreaming, from thinking it's possible. But what are you opening to? Imagine you're the little snowdrop coming up from the earth. What are you moving towards? And I think with the seeds that we carry within ourselves, how do we incubate them? How do we protect them? And the protecting them isn't out of fear, but it's protecting them from fear, from our perfectionism, from our procrastination, from our doubts, from our programming, from others. Beautiful, helpful advice, potentially maybe not helpful because it's come from their own wounding, and other times it is deeply helpful. But if these are our tender seeds, maybe contain them and hold on to them for a while. And that's what we do in shamanic ceremony. It's a containment of energy. And that's why I don't really share pictures, images, videos, etc. of inside the ceremony, because we're containing the energy to let it really grow after the ceremony as well, rather than leaking it everywhere. So it's the same with our seeds. How can I maybe hold these not out of fear, not out of worrying or any of that, but as an, if it's in the belly, just like a pregnancy, it's not really visible straight away. So it's the same with our dreams. Oh, how can I incubate it? What does it need in these tender moments? More than likely, it will need cheerleading. It will need reinforcement, positive reinforcement. I can do this. We can do this. Wow, what would life look like feeling more self-love? What would life look like feeling more confident? What would life look like to share my work? What would life look like to feel secure, stable, whatever it might be? And you're maybe visioning it, plotting it out, playing with it, experimenting, before even doing anything. But these are all the invisible steps, often invisible steps. And then we have to create space, clear space for them. So what are you going to let go of to create space for your dream? Sometimes that is needed. Maybe I'm going to let go of, maybe I'm going to let go of control. And I might go, what the hell does that even mean? I'm going to let go of trying to get it right, actually. Yeah. I've been sitting on the first line of my poem or my book and I've rewritten it 15 billion times. I'm going to let go of that. I'm just going to start and write it and then I'll edit it later on. I'm just going to get it out of me. Same if you're creating a program or launching a business. Oh my God, like, what do I need to let go of? The need to get it bloody right the first time. Like, beginnings aren't meant to be right. They're not meant to be perfect. They're meant to be messy. So if I'm dreaming my business and I want to start my business, I'll have all the ideas. I might be incubating them, dreaming them, but I might need to be considering, how can I clear space for this? Do you know, if I'm working full time and wanting to start my, as they call your side hustle, but my dream business, like, I might go, I need to let go of, of zoning out at 7 o'clock and do maybe an hour's work towards it. I need to let go of doing it all by myself and ask for help. Let yourself prepare for the new beginnings. Give yourself time to prepare for the new beginnings, because this is something that you want to devote your energy to. So don't choose a seed that you don't really give a crap about, or it's because everybody else has it, or it's trending and it's cool and sure isn't that what everybody else is doing it. Choose a seed that really is you, for you. And even taking this moment, because we've chatted about Goddess Bridget a little bit. I could be here for the next 16 hours chatting about Bridget. But we often chat about it this time of year of Imbolc, of the rekindling the fire, the spark, the life force, the fire in the belly, the passion in the heart, the inspiration in the third eye, the 3 cauldrons. And she's the fertile aspect of the divine feminine energy. And it's to consider, what are the aspects of Bridget that truly speak to you? Is it Bridget off the hearth? Bridget the firekeeper? The eternal flame? The poet? The forge? Maybe it's the stories of her courage, of her tenacity. The stories where she is the protector. Stories where she walks her own path. She forges her own way. Bridget the peacemaker, the champion of the poor, the healer. You'll find there's many more aspects to her, but what one speaks to you, and how can it support you at this time? If Bridget is inviting an inspiration and transformation, where is she shining that light on you? Where is she inviting you to boldly tend your inner flame? To let your creative life force grow and decide where to direct it? Where she's inviting you to step into, as I often call it, the creator of your life, the author of your life. Rather than being a spectator, that you're in your life. You're writing it. Because that is what Bridget did. She understood what was important to her. She understood her destiny. And she walked that path. And she did not let the little obstacles stay in her way for too long. She learned to outsmart them. I shall know from many of the myths. So over the coming weeks, as we walk the path of Imbolc, the invitation is to become aware of the new beginnings that are rising within you. To treat them with gentle hands, incubate them, give them space and time to take root before they stretch outwards. And to know that it is normal to feel doubtful of our ability to bring our dream seeds into maturity, to see them come to life, but that it's possible to clear the path for the new growth, where you can compost, heal the past disappointments, let go of old dreams, shed what hinders you, so that you can let your heartfelt seed vision guide your way. And little things to do. Obviously, you have all the Bridget stuff to do. Make your little Bridget's cross, put it above your door, lay out your vatrija, your little Bridget's cloth, usually red or white, but any colour can do, on the 31st, and let it be blessed by Bridget with her healing powers. Maybe create a fiery arrow to represent that which you are going to place your energy into, and that which you will hold as you walk the wheel, the Celtic Wheel this year. Even if you just listen to this podcast for the wheel episodes, think now over the coming weeks, where do I want to focus my energy? And then use each episode to come back and go, have I forgotten that? Oh, have I walked away from that? Has it changed? So that you can, in essence, have a path to walk alongside with. As always, Bridget is associated with the fires and the water. Visit one of her sacred wells. Visit Falkirk or down in Kildare. Or walk Bridget's pilgrim path. Maybe just with water in your own house, cleanse yourself with it. Do a little personal fire ceremony. Plant some physical seeds to represent your internal seeds. These are all simple yet powerful little rituals. And if you want to be held in ceremony within a medicine wheel to allow deeper transformation to happen, to feel supported in self and community, and to access your deep wisdom, please do come join me on the 9th of February in Foxrock, County Dublin. It would be a pleasure to guide you alongside Bridget, Blue Lotus and Snowdrop as we burn away the stagnancy to create space for creativity, courage and our path forward. Many Imbolc blessings to you. May you truly connect to the energies of Imbolc, the hope, the renewal, the awakening, the quickening. I haven't talked about them all here because we'd be here for the next day. But most importantly, go outside on the 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Hopefully you get outside every day, but particularly in those days, and see how is nature speaking to you of the tender beginnings, of the energy of Imbolc, of the quiet stirrings, and be open to see maybe what symbol or message appears to you. Thank you as always for listening. I look forward to connecting with you on our next episode. And as always, if there's anything you'd like to hear me chat about and do an episode on, please do just email me or DM me on Instagram, The Thirsty Soul. Thank you. Bye.